Seniors, stop. How many times have you opened your fridge, thinking you're doing everything right, only to find that the food you've been storing is losing its flavor or even its nutrients? Well, what if I told you that there are certain foods you've been refrigerating all this time that should never go in the fridge? Today, we're going to uncover the top 10 foods that you should never refrigerate. And trust me, this could be the game changer you've been looking for. Stick with me as we explore why refrigerating these foods could be harming your health, and how making this simple change can keep you feeling your best. It's time to take control of your kitchen and your health. The fridge might be your go-to place for keeping food fresh, but believe it or not everything belongs in there. When we store foods improperly, especially as we get older, it can affect their taste, texture, and even their nutritional value. In fact, some foods that go in the fridge could be causing them to lose essential vitamins and minerals, making them harder to digest and, ultimately, diminishing their health benefits. Let's dive in and take a look at 10 foods that seniors should never refrigerate and why it's so important. Number 1, potatoes. Let's begin with one of the most common kitchen mistakes, refrigerating potatoes. When you pop them into the fridge, you're actually doing more harm than good. The cold temperature causes the starches in potatoes to turn into sugars, which makes them taste sweeter and changes their texture. Instead of that fluffy, perfectly baked potato you crave, you're left with one that's gritty and unappealing. But that's not all. When potatoes are kept in the fridge, they can also develop a chemical called acrylamide when cooked at high temperatures, which has been linked to potential health risks. The best way to store your potatoes is in a cool, dark, and dry place, like a pantry or cupboard. This helps them stay fresh, preserving their natural flavor and nutritional content. Why it matters for seniors. Potatoes are a great source of potassium and fiber, both of which are essential for maintaining good heart health and digestive function. By storing them properly, you ensure you get the maximum nutritional value from every meal. Number 2, onions. Next up, let's talk about onions. Refrigerating onions can cause them to soften and even sprout, which leads to a loss in flavor and texture. You might think that the fridge will preserve their shelf life, but the cold and moisture actually have the opposite effect, speeding up spoilage. To keep your onions in their prime, store them in a cool, dry place but out of the fridge. Ideally, place them in a basket or mesh bag so they can breathe. This will help them stay fresh and crisp for a longer period. Why it matters for seniors. Onions are packed with antioxidants that help reduce inflammation in the body and are known to support heart health. They also contain prebiotics that promote gut health. Keeping onions fresh ensures that you can enjoy their full health benefits. Number 3, tomatoes. Tomatoes are one of the most frequently refrigerated foods, but they absolutely should not be. When tomatoes are stored in cold temperatures, their texture becomes mealy and they lose their natural sweetness. The cold breaks down the cell walls of tomatoes, which results in a mushy, flavorless experience. Instead, keep your tomatoes on the countertop, away from direct sunlight and at room temperature. This will help preserve their rich flavor and perfect texture, making them an ideal addition to salads, sauces, and more. Why it matters for seniors. Tomatoes are a fantastic source of lycopene, an antioxidant that has been shown to reduce the risk of certain cancers and heart disease. By keeping them fresh, you ensure you're reaping all the powerful health benefits they have to offer. Number 4, bread. Here's one that might surprise you. Bread. While it may seem like a good idea to keep your bread in the fridge to prevent mold, this actually causes it to dry out and become stale much faster. Cold temperatures harden the texture of bread, making it less enjoyable and, more importantly, less nutritious. Instead of storing your bread in the fridge, keep it in a cool, dry place like a bread box or a pantry. If you want it to last longer, freezing bread is your best bet. This will help preserve its moisture and softness, ensuring that you can enjoy it fresh when you need it. Why it matters for seniors. Bread provides a source of carbohydrates that can fuel your body throughout the day, giving you the energy you need for all the activities you love. Keeping your bread fresh will make sure you're getting the maximum nutritional benefit. Number 5, garlic. Garlic is a staple in many kitchens, but did you know that refrigerating garlic can cause it to sprout and lose its strong flavor? Cold temperatures create the perfect environment for garlic to start sprouting, which affects both its texture and its powerful taste. Instead, store garlic in a cool, dry place away from sunlight. A mesh bag or a garlic keeper with ventilation will allow it to breathe and stay fresh longer. Why it matters for seniors. Garlic is a natural immune booster and has been linked to improved cardiovascular health. By keeping it fresh, you ensure you're adding this potent superfood to your diet, benefiting from its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. As you can see, keeping these foods out of the fridge can go a long way in preserving their flavor, texture, and health benefits. But that's not all. There's still 5 more foods that you may be refrigerating, thinking it's the best choice for freshness, but it's actually causing harm. Let's move on to the next part to discover what other foods should be stored away from the cold. Number 6, avocados. Avocados are one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can eat, but if you refrigerate them before they're ripe, you'll end up with hard, unripe avocados that are difficult to enjoy. Cold temperatures slow down the ripening process, making it almost impossible for them to reach their creamy, smooth texture. When avocados are stored in the fridge too early, they lose their vibrant green color and fail to develop that rich, buttery flavor that makes them such a popular addition to salads, sandwiches, and even smoothies. Additionally, cold temperatures can cause the flesh inside to become discolored and mushy, making the avocado practically inedible. Instead of tossing your unripe avocados into the fridge, simply leave them on the countertop to ripen naturally. The room temperature helps them ripen at the perfect pace, ensuring that they're ready to be enjoyed at their best. Once they're ripe and ready to eat, you can store them in the fridge to keep them fresh for a few more days, but only after they've reached their peak ripeness. Why it matters for seniors. Avocados are an incredible source of heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, which are vital for reducing inflammation and lowering the risk of heart disease, a concern for many seniors. They also contain fiber, which helps with digestion and promotes a healthy gut, and potassium, which is essential for maintaining healthy blood pressure levels. By keeping them out of the fridge, you're preserving the flavor and texture while ensuring you get the maximum health benefits. Number 7, bananas. Bananas are another food you might be refrigerating out of habit. However, cold temperatures cause the peel to turn brown or black, even though the fruit inside remains perfectly fine to eat. While the inside may still be edible, it's not nearly as appetizing as a fresh, ripe banana. When refrigerated, bananas lose their natural sweetness and become mushy, which makes them less enjoyable for seniors who are already mindful of their texture preferences. Plus, the cold can slow down the ripening process, making it harder to enjoy them at their optimal flavor. Instead, store bananas at room temperature where they can ripen naturally. As they ripen, they release ethylene gas, which helps them become sweeter and more flavorful. If you find that you can't finish your bananas in time, freezing them is a great option. This way, you can enjoy them later in smoothies or baked goods without worrying about them spoiling. Why it matters for seniors. Bananas are packed with potassium, an essential mineral for regulating blood pressure and supporting heart health, a priority as we age. They're also an excellent source of vitamin B6, which helps with brain function and the production of red blood cells. Bananas also provide a quick and easy source of natural energy, making them the perfect snack for seniors who need a quick pick-me-up throughout the day. Storing them properly ensures you enjoy the full nutritional benefits and their naturally sweet flavor. Number 8, apples. Now let's talk about apples. While it might seem like a good idea to refrigerate apples to keep them fresh, cold temperatures can alter their flavor, making them taste less sweet and sometimes even a little bland. Refrigerating apples can also change their texture, causing them to become mealy and soft. This takes away from that satisfying crisp bite that apples are known for, leaving them less enjoyable to eat. Instead, apples should be kept at room temperature in a cool, dry place, away from direct sunlight. Storing them this way helps maintain their crispness, sweetness, and texture for a longer period of time. If you're storing apples for an extended period of time, you can place them in the crisper drawer of your fridge, but be sure to remove them a few hours before eating to allow them to return to room temperature for the best taste and texture. Why it matters for seniors. Apples are rich in fiber, particularly soluble fiber called pectin, which is great for digestive health and can help lower cholesterol levels. They also contain antioxidants like flavonoids, which protect the body from oxidative stress and reduce inflammation. Plus, apples have a low glycemic index, making them an excellent snack choice for maintaining stable blood sugar levels. By keeping your apples out of the fridge, you ensure that you're enjoying their full health benefits and satisfying crunch. Number 9. Cucumbers. Cucumbers are another food that's often mistakenly placed in the fridge. While it may seem like a good idea to refrigerate them to keep them fresh, cucumbers lose their crispness and flavor when exposed to cold temperatures. In the fridge, cucumbers tend to become watery and soggy, and they may even become soft and mushy. To keep cucumbers at their best, store them at room temperature in a cool, dry place. If you do want to store them for a longer period, you can place them in the crisper drawer of the fridge, but be sure to use them quickly to avoid losing that fresh crunch. For optimal freshness, cucumbers should be eaten within a few days of purchase. Why it matters for seniors. Cucumbers are composed mostly of water, making them an excellent hydrating food, which is especially important for seniors who may struggle with staying properly hydrated. They're low in calories and provide vitamin K, which is essential for bone health. Cucumbers also contain antioxidants, such as beta-carotene, that help reduce inflammation and support eye health. By keeping cucumbers fresh and crisp, you're able to enjoy these hydration-packed benefits. Number 10. Honey. Lastly, let's talk about honey. While it might seem like refrigerating honey will keep it fresh, this actually causes it to crystallize, making it harder to use. Honey is naturally self-preserving and doesn't require refrigeration to stay fresh. Storing honey in the fridge can cause it to turn solid and gritty, which makes it less enjoyable to use. The best way to store honey is in a cool, dry place at room temperature. In fact, honey has an almost indefinite shelf life when stored properly, so you don't have to worry about it spoiling. If your honey is already crystallized, simply warm it up by placing the jar in hot water, and it will return to its smooth, liquid state. Why it matters for seniors. Honey is not just a natural sweetener. It's also packed with antioxidants, which help protect the body from harmful free radicals. It has natural antimicrobial properties that make it useful for soothing sore throats and promoting wound healing. Honey is also known to help with digestive health and can aid in regulating blood sugar levels, especially when used in moderation. By keeping it at room temperature, you ensure that it remains in its best, most usable form. Now, you know the 10 foods that should never be refrigerated. By simply storing your foods correctly, you can ensure that they stay fresh, flavorful, and nutrient-packed. These simple changes can help you get the most out of your meals, keeping you energized and healthy as you age. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with others who could benefit. And, as always, be sure to subscribe to Health Reset for more tips on living your healthiest life at any age. Stay fresh, stay healthy, and take care of yourself.